First and foremost, we offer our thoughts and our prayers to the families and friends and military family in general that are dealing with this loss. Any loss is traumatic and significant, and so we offer our heartfelt condolences to the families and hope they find some peace during this time. But I can assure you that we are looking into what's happened here. So they're being investigated right now, and as soon as the military, there's usually a very quick turnaround. It takes a matter of just a few weeks to look into the situations and determine what brought about the unfortunate circumstance that we find ourselves in. Well, first of all, got to remember that suicide rates within the Canadian Armed Forces is well below the Canadian national average. So on a per capita basis, it is still very low. And I think a lot of that has to do with the huge investments that we have made in healthcare, especially in mental health. We've added over $100 million a year into the overall budget there. So it's now over $420 million a year, and $50 million of that is compartmentalized just for mental health. We've almost doubled the number of health professionals that are available and serving in the Canadian Armed Forces, as well as those that are transitioning out of the Canadian Armed Forces, and have set up in the last 6 years these joint personnel support units and integrated personnel support centers that are there to serve across the country military members and their families in dealing with things like depression and PTSD and other operational stress injuries. Well, this is where we're working very closely with Veterans Affairs Canada to ensure that there is a seamless transition in their service and care that's been provided to them by National Defence and the Canadian Armed Forces as they move on to life as a veteran and back to integrate as a civilian in society. So working through that process and making sure that they have all the health care available, but at the same time, we are very cognizant of the fact that there has been just this recent situation where we've had 3 untimely deaths, and we want to make sure that we look at those conditions and why it happened and reach out to the families to ensure that they have access to all the support that's available to them through the programs. And actually our former Chief of the Defense Staff, Walter Nitinchuk, had dedicated a large part of his career into destigmatizing mental health issues within the Canadian Armed Forces, and now as well as they transition back out as a veteran. So we do want to continue to have those programs, the training available to everyone within the military family, and also provide those services to those that are immediate family members to serving members. Well, first, let's make sure we understand that almost every suicide that's been occurred, and this is the General Surgeon of the Canadian Armed Forces has said that in all the research and studies that they have done, and as well as all the evaluations and investigations that have done on suicides that have occurred in the Canadian military, are related to depression. And depression happens right across the board. And so it's not only related to service or deployment. All of us have family members that deal with depression, and it is the number one reason for suicide. So, we are cognizant of the struggles that people are dealing with, and so it is important that family members know that we have these services available, that if they see their loved one struggling, that they make sure that they have an opportunity to get them into the JPSU, get them into an integrated personnel support center, get them to the mental health workers that can really assist with all the trauma they might be dealing with during these very difficult moments.